from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Today is Monday, March the 17th, 2025, and the time is just shy of 5:55 p.m. Y'all, I am in Jacksonville, Arkansas, and I'm going to do a review on this product by Mainstay. This is stainless steel whistling tea kettle, and it holds up to 1.8 liters. So I got rid of my coffee maker, and because after you use those coffee makers for a while, that they can begin to, even if you clean them, like run hot water through them with vinegar and stuff. What I saw was something coming out the filter that I didn't recognize, and it wasn't coffee. So I've been through that out, and so what I have been doing was taking water and putting it in a coffee cup, mainly in a styrofoam cup, and heating it up in the microwave for like 1 minute and 30 seconds. And then I would take, if I did not have the instant coffee, like this one, this is Nescafe Colombian coffee. If I didn't have this or some other type of instant coffee, what I would do was take, like, this is chock full of nuts. I figured out that even though this is designed for a coffee maker, so I don't have much of that left in here. Let's see. See that? I don't have much of that coffee maker coffee in this canister. But I have used it in the microwave, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So you guys, if you're ever without your coffee maker for whatever reason, and you don't have any instant coffee, you can use your regular coffee that is designed to use a filter with, and that is designed to put into a coffee maker. You can actually put water and this coffee, a couple of tablespoons of this in like a styrofoam cup, and putting it in the microwave for like 1 minute and 30 seconds, and to allow it to get like really hot. But you want to be careful that when you're transmitting and removing the hot boiling water from the microwave, be careful, remove it slowly and carefully so that you don't burn yourself, and do not overfill the cup that you heat up if you're going to do the microwave method. So you guys, you can, if you do this without a coffee maker, the regular coffee that's supposed to go through a coffee maker, you can like either take a cup and pour it back and forth until you no longer have that many coffee granules in the bottom of your cup, or you can carefully place a coffee filter over the cup and then gently pour the coffee over the coffee filter while kind of holding it, and then it will catch it kind of like a sheet, if that makes any sense, when you're straining something and removing the elements from it. So, but anyways, y'all, back to this tea kettle. This is part of the purpose of me doing the video. So instead of me getting a new coffee maker, I decided to get a tea kettle. When I lived in Egypt in 2009 and 10 and so forth, I actually had a nice Turkish tea kettle. It was really beautiful. It was like blue and white in color, and I used that tea kettle to make tea, like Lipton tea and coffees and things. So what I like to do, you guys, I like tea and coffee. So sometimes I actually blend tea with coffee. So in addition to the Nescafe Classico Colombian coffee, I will be blending my cup of coffee with a little bit of peppermint herbal tea. Now I did like a hair product video using peppermint tea with like hairdressing or olive oil or something, vapor rub. But that's a story for another day. But this tea is so delicious. It's peppermint bark Has a very loud smell, and they keep it in these pouches here so that it will stay, you know, so that it'll stay fresh. It's like really grand. This is the Great Value brand of peppermint bark. Now this item, you can get peppermint tea from any brand, but this one is a limited edition where they bring them out like every year during the Christmas holidays. That's why it says limited edition. But I hope that to still be able to find it even in this time of the year. So you guys, let's go ahead and get started. So I just want to show you that. So with the mainstay stainless steel whistling tea kettle, this is what you get right here. All right, and so you want to look here. It shows that this is max fill line. It's right here. The minimum fill line is right here. And so right here, whenever the water starts to boil, you don't have to wait till it whistles. If you do that, your water is going to be extremely hot. Just when I see it steaming up, then I know it's ready. Just enough for me. I don't need it like piping hot all the time. I don't need that. So, but once your tea is ready, first you'll put your water. I shouldn't say your tea is ready. When your water is hot and ready, let me show you. I'm ready to let's get this lid off. All right, so this is the lid. And I'm just going to set the lid here. And then inside is a piece of paper that comes with the tea kettle. So that is the foreign language side. And this is also foreign language. One moment. This is the English side. And so it says, congratulations on your purchase of your new kettle. Before using for the first time, please read all instructions. So we know to remove the packaging material. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to take the label off here, and I'm going to get ready to go ahead and put some water in here. It says, warning, scalding hazard. An overfilled kettle may spurt water from the spout when the water reaches a boil. So to avoid damage to the kettle from thermal shock, please ensure the kettle is at room temperature before use. Failure may result in porcelain enamel kettles showing noticeable service damage, and stainless steel could warp. Fill the kettle with cold water and be sure the water level is below the maximum fill line, at least 1/4 or 1/4, which means 1/4 of an inch below the bottom of the inside spout opening. Okay, and place the lid cover securely on the kettle and ensure lid cover is completely seated all around the opening. Do not overfill. So we know not to overfill the tea kettle. And with that note, you guys, I don't need to read any more. I just thought I would share that information with you guys. Of course, you can use a tea kettle to boil your water and to make your delicious coffee of your choice. In this case, Nescafe Classico Colombian coffee. This is good stuff too, by the way. So without further ado, I'm going to wash this coffee. Take the label off, and then I'm going to give her a wash. Be right back. Everything is made in China. The bottom says stainless China. I guess do they mean China ware, or do they mean it was made in China? Who knows? Anyways, I'm just going to gently wash this on out. I have washed and dried this tea kettle, and without further ado, let's go ahead and this is the cold side, and turn the cold water on and gently add some cold water to this tea kettle. And take the lid off of her. Y'all, I didn't do any harsh scrubbing because this is stainless steel. You want to be careful that you don't damage it. So I'm going to get out anything. Just want to be for sure here. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put in some water. Okay, that should be enough, right? Let's see, minimum line. I am nowhere near the max line, but let's see, maybe I should do just a little bit more. And now, it doesn't have to be max line, but I think I'm going to do like a thick cup. I mean, not a thick, Lord have mercy, a big cup of coffee. I will blend it with tea. I know it's late, but I have been working on some content, and I just hadn't gotten around to doing this, which I normally would do it earlier. So before I even light this, let's take a look here again. Minimum fill line is right here. Mine's is above that, and this is the max fill line. So let's take a look at the amount of water I have in here. So right here is the max fill line. It says at least a 1/4 inch underneath it. So what do you guys think? You think that I need to pour some off? Oh well, let's just go ahead without further ado and turn the stove out on. I need a new stove, okay? But nevertheless, I'm gonna go ahead, and I got the stove going here, the fire going on this tea kettle, and let's go ahead and put the lid on, or also wash the lid as well. And while we're waiting on that, I only have this coffee cup out for illustration to be cute, but in all honesty, I'm going to be using a styrofoam cup. Let me get that styrofoam cup, and I'm also going to be using a little bit of the peppermint bark tea, and I'm going to put it directly into the cup, just a little bit. And normally I try not to get tea this late unless it's like a chamomile tea, which is a relaxing tea, because this stuff will give you energy, especially right along with the coffee. Now, just to recap, I am having coffee blended with a little bit of tea grounds. It's just, and you know, that's just what I like to do. I like to blend tea with coffee, just a little bit, not a lot. By the way, this clothes had fallen earlier in the video, but anyways, I had to pick that up. I have opened the peppermint bark herbal tea, and see how it comes in this nice little aluminum foil. Y'all, the aroma is absolutely grand. It almost smells like chocolate, minty chocolate, like a York mint patty. That's what it smells like and tastes like to me, if that makes any sense. Y'all, I'm not going to put this whole tea bag in the cup. Here I have took out a clean styrofoam cup, and I'm going to just tear a little bit here, and I'm going to pour it directly into the base of that cup, this herbal tea, and this is the Great Value brand, but you can get any form of peppermint tea or even spearmint. I have torn it a little bit to open, and y'all, I just want the hint of the tea and the aroma. So I'm just going to pour a little bit here because of the time of the day. Why is that blurry? There we go. Because of the time of the day, and it went blurry again. For whatever reason, I am not going to put as much as in it as I would. So I would take this remainder and put it back inside of the pouch. You all, my tea kettle was whistling. Listen. You hear that? So what I'm going to do, that tells me that it's hot, okay? I mean, it's going to whistle louder if I don't turn it off. I'm going to go ahead and turn the water off on here. Listen. Okay, so that is hot. And you don't need to lift this up to avoid burning. You know it's going to be hot. So I just turned it off and carefully give it a tap. Yes, that pot is hot, okay? Without burning myself. So I have already poured in some tea grounds into the styrofoam cup that I'll be using to make my coffee, just a little bit. Yeah, if you like York mint patty and stuff like that, that's what this tastes and smells like. Because I am having coffee, let's go ahead and add some Colombian coffee. And I turned off the water so that it doesn't overheat on the kettle. And so again, this is Nescafe Colombian coffee. This is what the color of that Colombian coffee looks like. And let's see if we can get any product information. It's right there. Rich flavor in every cup. Rico Carataza. And Carataza, something like that. So you can read that. Okay, so let's see. This is distributed by Nestle USA. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead. And this is the label here, which has the word Nescafe here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little spoon in there and grab that coffee. I don't know why my camera is trying to go blurry, but I'm just going to grab some of that Colombian coffee and just put it right there in there with the tea. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons and then just a little bit more. So I'm going to make myself a nice cup. Okay, now let's set this here. I'd like to add, in addition to the hot water, you know what, I'll do the cinnamon stuff later. Let's go ahead and add our hot water to the tea and coffee blend. Well, before I do that, how about I go ahead and just put in the Coffee Mate cream? Or shall I just wait so you can see the element of it? So let's just do it this way. I'm going to go ahead and add. Carefully, be careful you guys. This is hot. I can feel the heat from here. And so, like I showed you in the beginning, you just want to gently open that part up. You see how that heat is coming out of there? That's how you know that your tea kettle is hot. And this part is firmly on here, so it's not going to come off. But you want to always make sure that when you gently pull this part back, this lever back, and when you see that heat coming out, that steam, that lets you know you got hot water and that you're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to go ahead and cover this Nescafe instant Colombian coffee here up and just push it back a little bit. And now I'm going to bring in, you can use a, if you need to, if it's too hot for your hand. It's not too hot for my hand at this moment, but if you need to and you feel more comfortable with it, you can take like an oven mitt and place it over that tea kettle before you pour it. So here goes. Let's make sure that coffee cup is sturdy here. I don't want anything falling. Get that steam coming out of there, you guys. I'm going to gently pour. No need to microwave anymore. You know what? I was taking, anyways, I just won't say anything. Just Look, you guys, the tea kettle is a beauty, and it can get you your hot cup of coffee blended with tea, or if you want just tea or coffee, you know, it can do that. Okay, and so as you can see, I have filled the hot water. I've added the hot water from the tea kettle to this cup, a styrofoam cup. And of course, you don't have to put that much coffee grounds in your cup, but because I am using a big, I believe this is like bigger than 16 ounces, like a 20-ounce cup. So that's why I used as much Colombian coffee or instant coffee as I did. Look at the beauty of that. Do not worry about the grounds that you see floating around in there from the tea. It's just going to make it even more yummier. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add a little bit of allspice here. And I'm going to add some cinnamon. I was trying to get this side here. Kept opening to the bigger portion of pouring the cinnamon in. So definitely want to get that ground cinnamon in there. All right, that should be enough. Cinnamon. And this is optional. I'll put in just one clove just because I have it out. This is optional. You can add as many as you like. You don't have to. Cloves have health benefits. So I'm just going to put that clove, this clove, right in the cup right there. Okay, and now, without further ado, I am going to add Coffee Mate smoothie. Or I shouldn't even say smooth, it says rich and smooth. This is Coffee Mate. This is just your regular one. It's a lot smaller than the size I normally get. This came from the corner store. So right here, so I'm going to pour that in and give it a stir before I add the liquid creamer. And before I add the liquid creamer, I got to bring in the sugar. I have granulated sugar. I'm not going to measure it out by a spoonful. I'm just going to eyeball it and pour some in here. Be careful that you don't over sweeten your coffee or blend it with tea. Just like that. Now I'm going to give it a stir and a taste. I just said a quick prayer off camera to bless this coffee because I am blended with tea. So right here, I just added a little bit more of that Coffee Mate and sugar. Now it's sweet. It's good now. So you guys, again, don't worry about the little bit of tea grounds floating around you. Believe me, this is good. Now I'm going to go in with the vanilla caramel. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get ready to finish up this video on the Whistling Tea Kettle by Mainstay and this delicious blend of peppermint bark herbal tea blended with Nescafe Colombia coffee. You all, I have gotten my coffee to the sweetness and desired taste that I would like, but I'm not done yet. Here I have vanilla caramel coffee creamer. So I'm going to go ahead give her a little shake, and I'm going to put this in here to give it that delicious creamy caramel flavor. This is vanilla caramel, so you get a rich taste of vanilla and caramel at the same time. I have shook this up off camera, and I'm just going to go in and pour in that delicious, creamy, thick, liquid coffee creamer. This is going to kick my tea and coffee blend up a notch. So let's go ahead and give her a stir, and you'll see how the color becomes rich and more creamier looking. Y'all, believe me, this is good, but we're not done yet. Y'all, I'm not promoting drinking, but I never drink by itself. But one thing that I have found, the way that I can drink and not overdo it, is to blend in a little bit of bourbon or rum, which this container is empty here. I was hesitant to get, to try out the rum, and someone had picked this up for me, by the way. Anyways, I was hesitant to try the rum because I had, seen a video of people, spiritual people, leaving a bottle of rum for some type of deity or orisha, so I was scared to use it. I had never used it before, but it's really smooth, and it's not harsh like whiskey. And yeah, so you want to blend, at this point, you want to blend in your spirit drink of your choice. So if you're not a drinker, if you try it this way, if you're a coffee and tea drinker, and after you add your cream and sugars, just go in with a little bit of rum. This was the Quality House rum, a product of West Indies, and I believe it's distributed in Kentucky, Bardstown, Kentucky. And I believe this is only like, what, 40% alcohol or 80 proof. Here I have some Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, genuine sour mash, and I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of this Evan Williams Kentucky bourbon in the whiskey. I want you all, well, I won't say that I take that back. For those who don't drink, because I know I'm not a drinker, try a little bit of this in your coffee and or tea that contains cream and sugar, and give it a stir, and tell me, what do you think? Okay, you guys, so let's go in with that Evan Williams, and you're just going to do a little bit. As you see, I don't have much room in my cup. I'm not a big drinker. That's going to be more than enough for me. And so I'm going to give her a stir. And you guys, try adding, and I have another video where I blended McCormick whiskey. Try doing this method. And never drink and drive. Again, I'm not promoting drinking. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to make your drink tastier and better, and just give you a relaxing feel. So guys, with this note, I'm out. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys. Look at all of that deliciousness swirling around. I will see you guys in my next video, and this completes my review on the tea kettle.